Hi world, it's Meggie. Um, yeah, you obviously know who I am. Um, I wanted to create a video blog detailing all of the ups and downs and ins and outs and details of my life in the next several months, years, I don't know. I am a student and I am really new to this, if you can't tell. I'm actually on a journey for weight loss and I'm about to get a gastric bypass. And something that has really helped me in the past several months, and I'm kicking myself for not doing this earlier, but something that's helped me in the past several months as far as, information and kind of getting my head around things and everything has just been like the amazing online support that I have gotten from people who have had the Roux-en-Y, the gastric bypass, or the sleeve, or the lap band procedure. And, I have just absolutely fallen in love with all of these people who blog and who do video blogs on YouTube and who have just been on online communities and been so helpful and so amazing. And like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like, I realize it's your personal journey and that's why you're doing these videos, but at the same time, it's such an inspiration to somebody like me who, really kind of is going into this with only the information that I've been getting from the people in the weight loss program that I'm in and like the people I've talked to online. So I decided that I kind of wanted to do a video blog just to document history and what's going to go on in the next several months and years. So maybe I can be a help or inspiration to somebody else. Yeah, okay, so here we go. I guess I'll introduce myself. Like I said, my name is Meggie. I'm 25 years old. I'm a student at UMBC, which is the University of Maryland, Baltimore County. Love it. Go Retrievers. I am 5'3" and 317 pounds. Which I know, yikes, but whatever. It's actually not my highest. At one point, at my very highest weight, I weighed 415 pounds. And I, I managed to lose some weight and stuff, and then I kind of just plateaued, and I just couldn't seem to get anywhere past, about 340 or so. I was actually 340 pounds when I first went in for a consultation with Dr. Long and Associates. This is at the bariatric clinic in Sibley Hospital in DC. They've just been an amazing group of people to help me through everything that they have so far. So yeah, I was 340. I just weighed in this morning. Actually, I weighed in this morning at 315.8, but I swear it's a fluke because I was like 316 yesterday. So, yeah, I don't know about that. Anyway, that's what my scale says. The last time I weighed in at the scale at the hospital, I weighed 318. So, whatever, I'm taking a middle ground. So I should have started this whole thing at the beginning of my journey, and I didn't. And so I'm starting now. Yay! Procrastinators. I went in for the initial consult and information session with Dr. Long and Brian, who's the head nurse there, and Miss Jody, who's the nutritionist. I went in and met them and had my first information session on the 26th of March. And they have this, they have a 6-month program that you have to follow, and it's super strict, which is kind of annoying sometimes because, it's one of those, oh my God, I've decided I want to do this. I want to go. Yeah, like I ever actually move that fast. So I went in and I started the program that day. I just decided I wanted to do it. Their program requires 6 monthly meetings with a nutritionist with Miss Jody. And then they required me to have a psychiatric evaluation. They required so many tests, I can't even begin to tell you. Like, just completely insane. Yeah, and Then I had to meet with Buzz, who was the exercise consultant. And they put you through a fitness test. And so in my fitness test, I was there for an hour and I was on the treadmill and I did like 2 miles on the treadmill and then I did like 2 miles on the arm bicycle. I don't know what the hell it's called. And then I did 1,800 steps. I swear to God, 1,800 steps in 15 minutes on the stair climber. I wanted to die. I can't, like, the sweat dripping off. It was gross. Anyway, so I've done everything. I had to get blood tests and the EKG and a chest x-ray and, all this crazy stuff. Had to give up caffeine, it was definitely hard. And I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I'm a huge tea fan and I love Diet Coke. And that was really hard to give up. I still have Coke cravings. It's so bad. Anyway, yeah, so I gave that up and gave up drinking. And I used to smoke several years ago and I don't anymore. So, that wasn't an issue. But I had all of that done. And then, God, was it yesterday? Today is Friday, isn't it? Oh my God. So yesterday, no wonder I still feel hungover. I had my EGD, which was, I don't know, like I have the bruise on my hand. You can see it from the IV, and they put me to sleep, and I was so high. It was not even funny. Like, I slept it off, and it's like a 12-minute procedure, right? Like, they throw the thing down my throat, whatever, scope out my stomach. I have pictures. It's really gross. And then they, they're like, go home and sleep, and you're good. And I got up that was at 7 in the morning, and then at 7 at night, when I went to my night class, I was, like, still high. I don't even know how I'm going to face my professor, because I giggled at him the entire class. Oh, my God. Anyway. So, did all of my requirements, except for, the last little bit, which is, I, started they put you on a liquid diet for 3 weeks at this program. Ew. It's so gross. Okay, I can't say that. I'm trying not to be negative. I'm trying not to talk bad about the process, because it's a process and I know I have to do it. But I really dislike the protein shakes. The good news is they used Undri, which is a company that produces protein powder out of Virginia. And they have a chicken soup flavor, which is really, okay, it sounds kind of gross, but it's really good. I've always been a salty person. Like, I could care less about cake and ice cream as long as I have my bag of chips, So I was really worried about the whole chocolate shake, kind of thing all 3 weeks. And they had like chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry, which I really don't like the strawberry. And chicken soup. And you have the chicken soup flavor in, hot water. So it's kind of like chicken broth. I actually like it the best. It took me several attempts to get it right. And until I got it right, I absolutely despised it. It was way too salty. And it still makes me feel like, I've been licking a salt lick. Because it's just really, really salty. But, yeah, I'm getting through it. I'm not thrilled with it, but I'm doing what I need to do. Yeah, so my surgery is in 18 days on August the 13th. And I just figured I'd go ahead and start this now and kind of figure everything out. So, yeah, I don't know really what else to talk about, I'll be honest. I'm kind of anxious for the surgery to be over with, just because the whole build-up leading to it is kind of driving me nuts. But at the same time, like, the next month is so crazy for me, because I'm in a class right now, and I'm volunteering at Sibley Hospital, which is just awesome. I'm getting hours for my master's program. And, I've got the surgery coming up, and it's kind of like all ending one right after the other. It's like the 8th and then the 10th and then the 13th, and then I'm like moving, to go live up closer to UMBC for school that starts on the 27th. So yeah, it's going by really fast. But anyway, I've been reading a lot and listening to a bunch of other people's stories, so I kind of have an idea of what's coming, but I know everybody's story is different, so this is going to be mine. Yeah, so I'm really excited. I can't even, I've kind of always been fat. Or well, I take that back. I would kill to be the weight that I was when I was a teenager and was like, I'm so fat. Yeah, I wish I was that fat again. But I have always been overweight, and I've always been bigger than all of my friends. And, it's kind of been this thing where I've always been the big friend, and, I don't really know how I'm going to deal with being thinner. Like, I don't ever think I'm going to be skinny. Let's be honest. I mean, there's a whole lot of love going on here. But it's going to be really interesting to see how everything changes. Because I know I personally, like, I'm going to be the same person, who's a complete dork, who loves Supernatural and Sherlock and Harry Potter and, gets tattoos and, that are random, like that one. Like, there's nothing surrounding it. It's just this huge ass flower in my arm. I'm always going to be that weird friend. But I don't know how I'm going to be able to handle or how I'm going to deal with other people treating me differently because of how I look. Like, people that I'm going to meet in my classes in the spring or whatever, and I've lost 100 pounds. Okay, I'm totally guessing and hoping, but, even if I lose 50 and by the spring, I'll be thrilled. How are people going to treat me differently when I look different? Or, how am I going to end up presenting myself? And will I even have any clue of how to dress? Because honestly, I dress like a fat girl. I like, flowy baggy pants and flowy baggy shirts and big chunky jewelry and pretty garish makeup. Not that I'm wearing any right now, so, hooray for you. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting to see kind of how life changes and how it doesn't. Because I'm pretty sure I'm still gonna be the idiot who, has blabbermouth and ends up being really socially awkward whether I'm big or small. But it'll be interesting to see like how I fit in differently with other groups because of, first impressions and stuff. So anyway, this has now been a 13-minute long video, and I'm gonna go ahead and sign my ass off. I would love to meet any and every single person that would like to come say hi, so feel free to drop a comment or an email. Check out my text blog, which is fuckiti'mgettingskinny.tumblr.com. There's a dash in between each word, so hooray. I will write it down in the About Me section. I'll put a link if anybody's interested, and thanks for coming on this journey with me. I'll talk to you soon.